Hello everybody, Fixxxer here, and welcome to my channel updates for the month of August 2017. The first order of business, as per the usual, timestamps will be in the description below, just in case you want to jump to whatever game you're interested in, and skip all the rubbish, all that jazz. I'm going to try something new for this month, for the format. The verbal format's going to be the same. I'm going to talk about all the typical stuff that I talk about, the current series, series that ended, series in the future, things like that. Again, timestamps below. However, you'll notice that the video is going to be different. I'm trying something new. Normally what I do is I take like 1 to 2 minute clips of all my series and I'll put them in the background. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about. If I'm talking about, say, Kingdom, perhaps, you'll see Kingdom footage in the background. That way everybody's on the same page. No one's confused. However, I'm trying something new and different. I'm putting up a game, one that you probably have never heard of or seen before. It's called Forever Transit Authority. And it was made by Turnfollow in the Slow Game Jam 2017. Alright, so this is the deal. This game you can get on itch.io for pay whatever you want. And I'll put links in the description. So this was part of the Slow Game Jam of 2017. And slow game is probably a genre you never really heard of before. It's not exactly new, it's just it never really had a name, I guess. I don't know. It's about getting away from instant gratification and letting things develop and mature without haste. And through this, slow games hope to give players a more rewarding and less superficial gameplay experience. And one of the games that's kind of cited as, I don't want to say that started it, but kind of the king of the genre is Kentucky Route Zero. In fact, the devs for Kentucky Route Zero highly promoted this slow game jam. I don't think they participated in it. Did they? I don't think they did. But they advertised it and whatnot. And they were huge fans of it. Night in the Woods was another one that's got this slow delivery on the contents, and so you can kind of soak it in as it goes along. So anyways, that's the slow game genre. Forever Transit Authority is one of the games that was in that jam. It was made in, I don't know, a couple days or a week. Anyway, it's simple. You're putting this, I don't know, is it a trolley or a bus, whatever, and you go around this procedurally generated city, and every time you change the route, the colors change, and they get kind of crazy sometimes, and other times not so crazy. Anyways, let me know if you like this kind of thing, if you like to see a game that you perhaps may have never seen before. I'll put one of those surveys, I guess, in the top right corner. I'm pointing to the corner of my monitor so you guys can see. There's a white eye, I think it is. Let me know if you like the old way or if you like the new way, or perhaps if you just don't care either way. Whatever. So there you go. That's the new, temporary new. That's a trial video format. Anyways, onwards. Another thing I want to mention is make sure you guys go to my Twitter account, which is at FixxxerTV with 3 X's. I give away a game every Friday. I put a little image on Twitter with a key, with a little riddle. Not a complex riddle or anything. And I give away a game, so you can follow me over there if you want free games. Next order of business would be current games. We'll start with, I suppose, Outlast 2. Still going, a little bit slow. Molly went on a bit of a vacation, and schedules again conflicting, blah blah blah, but we're still pumping it out. Don't worry, we'll get that one out there. Undertale. I fell behind on that one greatly. Don't worry, videos coming soon. I'm very near the end. At least I suspect I'm very near the end. I am fighting probably the last boss, or something tells me maybe not the last boss. I'm getting there. Anyways, sorry, it's a little late, but it's coming soon. Same with Perception. I've fallen behind on a few series. I know, guys. I apologize. Perception, I still want to do. I'm going to get videos out as soon as I can. I don't think it's very much longer anyways. Who knows? But that one is not going to be completely abandoned. We'll get that one done. Aporia, Beyond the Valley. That's one of my newer series. This was, it's kind of, I don't want to call it a walking simulator. It kind of is, kind of isn't. There's a lot more puzzles in this than maybe the typical walking simulator. If that's your kind of thing, pretty atmosphere and walking around doing puzzles. I don't want to give it a comparison to Myst, because Myst was a lot more detailed and more complex. It had more of a story in it. Aporia is more along the lines of Abzu, if you guys remember Abzu. If you liked Abzu, then check out Aporia. So far, Aporia is not as good as Abzu, but I'm not done with it yet, so we'll see where it goes. And another new one on my channel, the Darkside Detective. It's a cute little game where you play this detective who kind of specializes in the occult, supernatural stuff, supposedly, and he solves cases generally that fall under that umbrella, I guess. And it's cute. It's got lots of references to real-world stuff, to horror authors and Ghostbusters and pop culture stuff here and there. I don't know, if you like that kind of thing, check out the Darkside Detective. And that's really it for current series on the channel. I guess let's run by the series that ended this previous month. My Time at Portia, which is kind of like Stardew Valley, or maybe I should say Harvest Moon, 3D, not Stardew Valley 2D, My Time at Portia 3D. It's in Alpha 1.0, and it's free, so you can go to Steam. I think it's also available on itch.io. You can download the demo and play it. It's pretty bare bones. There's not a whole lot to it yet, but I believe the Alpha 2 comes out early August. I do not know if I'm going to do that. I may. Depends how much content they add. My guess is there won't be a whole lot of content, and maybe if I do a video at all, I'll just lump it all into one video. We finished Domina, and that series did a lot better than I expected it to. You guys really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. That was pretty cool, naming all you guys as gladiators and then sending you to your death. Well, some of you did survive, but some of you did get sent to your death, and rather quickly too. In the end, I lost the game. I did not know that there was a way to win. I suspected it, but I didn't know. And some of you told me that how you can beat the game. And so now I know. And maybe sometime in the future I'll do a second series. I don't suspect anytime soon, though, because there's a few other games that I'd like to do before I do another a redo on a series, right? So Domina ended. I had a lot of fun, and you guys were very supportive. That was pretty awesome. We did the DLC for Little Nightmares. It was okay. I was a little disappointed in it. Apparently the next one comes out in, oh gosh, I forget. Is it November? Probably November. So when that does come out, I will do it. I guess check it out. I think that the DLC are all tied to the same kid, so if you're going to jump into the second DLC, you may as well check out the first DLC. The environment, of course, the setting, the atmosphere, amazing. The gameplay bothered me a little bit in this one. Little Nightmares, The Depths DLC, check it out. I think Rakuen ended in July, didn't it? Like July 1st or 2nd or something like that. So that series ended. That was a really cute game, along the same vein as To the Moon. It was done in RPG Maker and etc. And it was done by Laura Shigihara, who did one of the tracks for To the Moon. So if you like To the Moon, definitely check out Rakuen. It was a pretty neat game. It was a lovely story. I did 2 little indie itches over the course of the month. In case you guys don't know, I do a series called Indie Itch, where it's like a single session game where you sit down and you play it and you're expected to beat it by the time you get up and go do something else. So they usually fall along the lines of maybe 10 minutes to an hour long. So I did 2 of them. I did one called The Lighthouse, where you play this guy who suddenly gets a job at a lighthouse and he's got to repair it. It was a cute little game. It was only 6 minutes long. And I did one called Titanic, Honor, and Glory, which is free to download if you guys go check out the video. And they're trying to recreate like a really highly detailed version of the Titanic that you can go on and explore, and apparently ultimately turn it into a game. So that's pretty neat. That one was done in July. Check out that series if you guys want to just sit down and watch something real quick. I think that's it. That wraps it up for the month of July. As far as what ended, not a whole lot of videos. Things are a little slow. They'll continue to be slow while my health is kind of all over the place. And by the way, no real news on that front. Ran into some issues. It's the typical gambit where, you know, more doctor's appointments lead to even more doctor's appointments and more labs. And then I had an MRI and an MRA get mixed up, and my doctor didn't get it. And I'm trying to get different doctors to communicate with each other. Huge pain in the ass. And one thing I've learned is that absolutely nobody really gives a shit about you. No one's going to take charge of your health care. Your primary doctor, none of them. They don't care enough to do something like that. You got to be in charge of your own health care. Get people to talk to each other, things like that. because otherwise they don't care. They just don't. You're not their responsibility. So that's one hard lesson I've learned throughout all this mess. But anyways, that's where I am at on that. As far as future series go on this channel for the month of August, there's one of them, and I never ever like to guarantee anything when I haven't recorded it yet, because you never know. But I'll give this one about a 95% chance of happening. The Escapists 2 comes out, oh god, I don't remember what day. 3rd week of August, I think it is. Definitely will be doing that. Don't want to guarantee it. 95% chance I'll be doing that. I really enjoyed the first game, and the second game brings co-op play. And I don't know how many players. Is it 4 players? I think it's 4 players. And not only that, you can like throw 4 people in the prison, and they can work together to escape, or they can race against each other to escape. First one out wins type of thing. That sounds really fun to me. And so I'm going to grab some friends, and we're going to do a series on that. Again, about a 95% chance. It's the closest thing to a guarantee that you'll get. So hopefully you can see that 3rd week of August. I'm trying to get my hands on it sooner, so maybe sooner, but we don't know yet. We'll see. I have one other game that we're trying to do for August, a different format than I've ever done before, and we've been practicing the game, and we are unfortunately quite bad at it. And we're so bad that we might not be able to do this series. I don't know. We'll see. We're practicing though. We're trying to get better, and if we get good enough, then we will do a recording. And it's 5-player co-op, by the way, so there'll be 5 of us involved. And we've already spent like 6 hours playing this game just to practice. Anyways, if that goes well, if we can get good at the game, then you could probably see that series, I would say, by the time September hits. Maybe a little bit longer, because that one's going to be a lot more polished than my regular series. We'll see. Hopefully I can have it out by September. Alright, I think that does it for this month. There are other games, as usual, that may come out in August that I may or may not do, but I'm not going to name any names and make any promises. We'll see as they come. That's great. Thank you guys for supporting another great month, and we will see you in September. Bye-bye.